welcome to a very special episode of the Raw Attitude Podcast, folks. And because I now have a child and I no longer have as much time to write up a full episode recapping Monday Night Raw in the Attitude Era, I figured I would segue into a bit of a different kind of show, one which takes a lot less time to create, and I call it the Wrestling Trivia Challenge. In case you need a reminder, I am Henry Huge-Pecs, the Suplex-Throwing Human Duplex, a.k.a. Mike Quizanen, a.k.a. Piper Triven, a.k.a. Miss Equizabeth, a.k.a. Frankie Quizarian, a.k.a. the world's largest love machine, Quizera, a.k.a. Triv Morgan. And I will be your host for this endeavor. And as for our inaugural contest today, we have two very close friends of mine who both happen to be hosts of the Rundown Wrestling Podcast, Adam and Sal. So Adam, let's start with you. Would you care to introduce yourself and tell the fans at home about the Rundown?
That was poorly timed. I just choked on my own spit. Sorry. What was the question? I'm failing already.
We can defer to Sal if you want to. I was just asking you to introduce yourself and talk about the Rundown. I think we have to defer to Sal. We've already lost one contestant here already.
I win by forfeit.
I hope it was my fabulous intro. I think it was my fabulous intro.
Oh, God. I literally inhaled just completely wrong at that one moment.
All right, let him talk. It's fine. You can go first.
Awful. Well, the Rundown itself, as listeners to this program are, I'm sure, aware, it's been going on for, holy shit. It was like the 10-year anniversary, like 5 days ago or something. It's that just happened. That's a thing. And,
I remember I was there for a little while.
Yeah, we've branched out since then. We have a whole bunch of shows on the network now, all available at rundownwrestling.com. But Sal and I host the AEW Rundown. We host a watch-along show called Title Subject to Change. On my own, I host Nitromania. That sometimes there's also there's also the Raw Rundown, the SmackDown Rundown, or the WWE Rundown. They're all together now. The NXT Rundown, the Reach for the Stardom. There's all kinds of stuff over there. If you like wrestling, you will find something to listen to at rundownwrestling.com.
There you go. And on that note, so Adam's opponent tonight for the vacant trivia title, which is currently being held in abeyance, we have Sal here as well. So Sal, also. Nice.
Yes.
There you go.
The one, the only, the last guest of the Raw Attitude Podcast. I am here. My name is Sal. I will be your contestant today, challenging the ever so often trivia champion, Adam, for his title. Once and for all, 60-minute time limit, one fall to a finish.
But on a map, can you locate North
Jordan
Carolina?
There you go. That's exactly what it was. So yeah, you're ripping off Kenny Omega a little bit there, but you know what? I'll allow it. I'll allow it for this particular case.
Well, in the 90s, I was a Bulls fan, so technically I'm ripping off them.
Oh, well, I think a lot of people were Bulls fans in the 90s, probably Hulk Hogan included, since Dennis Rodman was in the friggin' NWO. And he was skipping practice before the finals to go wrestle on Nitro, which is absolutely insane. But that was the thing that happened. So since this is our pilot episode, I guess you could say, of our spin-off podcast here, I'm going to quickly explain the concept for you at home because, you know, Adam and Sal, you're kind of familiar with these rules. We played a similar game on the Rundown many, many years ago, but I need to enlighten the fans too. So each episode of the show is going to pit two contestants head-to-head in a battle for wrestling trivia supremacy. And whether those contestants end up being podcast hosts, podcast fans, doesn't matter. If you reach out to me on Twitter at Raw Attitude Pod, you too can be added to the list of contestants, which has already grown quite substantially. Or if you prefer, you can just play along with us at home and scream the answers out loud. Now, of course, the winner of the game continues on to the next episode to defend his trivia title. The loser gets a copy of the home version. So we're going to start with something that may be familiar to both of you, obviously not to anybody else listening at home, but again, did a similar version of this many a year ago on the Rundown. We're going to start with something called Listomania. And the concept is simple. I give the contestants a topic, and they must then take turns listing answers one at a time. As soon as an incorrect answer is given or the contestant runs out of time, that contestant is out for the round, and his opponent will be given the chance to provide as many as 3 more answers. Each answer I should say, is worth 1 point, and I will be keeping scores. So you'll have 10 seconds to provide an answer. I will be timing you. Let me pull up my little timer here, just to make sure we don't go too far over. You will have 10 seconds before you run out of time. So with that being said, gentlemen, are we clear on the rules?
Crystal clear.
I thought you were going to say
crystal clear.
All
right.
I was so ready for that.
Yes. And Adam, we'll start with you because by default, I've known you longer. So we can start with you.
Suck it,
now
bitch.
The topic, Adam. Yes. Now the topic, Adam. I hope you're ready. In the history of the WWF/WWE, 22 different people have been victorious in the main event of a WrestleMania. I need you to name one of those people, and then Sal, it will be Sal's turn, and we'll go back and forth. And I do have some qualifiers at first. One of these was a tag team, so I would need the name of both people. Yeah, true. So one of these was a tag team, which means I would need the name of both people, and I will accept multiple answers for WrestleMania 9 because the circumstances were a bit screwy. And when I say main event, I mean final match, not, a match that was hyped heavily. This has to be someone who was victorious at the very end of a WrestleMania. And in history, 22 different people have done that. So Adam, I'm going to start now. 10 seconds if you can give me a name.
Shawn Michaels.
That is correct. Only once, but it does count. Sal, I'm going to need you to give me a name.
Hulk Hogan.
That's correct. Obviously, the person with the most WrestleMania main event wins. Adam, you're up next.
The Undertaker.
That is correct. Second most. Very good. Second most WrestleMania wins. Sal, back to you.
Randy Macho Man Savage.
That is correct. WrestleMania 4. Adam, back to you.
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns is sadly correct. Yes, he has won several. Back to you, Sal.
Technically, this counts because he made the match a triple threat. Seth Rollins.
That is correct. Yes, I absolutely will count that. He was
Seth
hoisting the title at the end, swinging it over his head.
Yeah.
All right. Back to you, Adam.
I said that. Good. Triple H.
1 second. Oh, yes, right under the gun. Very good. You're right at the buzzer there. Triple H is correct. Sal, back to you.
The Ultimate Warrior.
That's correct. Yes,
say
one
it the
and
right
done,
way.
but it was a biggie.
The Ultimate Warrior.
There you go.
All right, Adam, back to you.
Steve Austin.
3 seconds. Oh, there you go. I was waiting on that one. Yes, absolutely, Steve Austin. Several times. Back to you, Sal.
Yeah, you said you'd count this. So Bret Hart.
Yes, Bret. Well, even that was not even WrestleMania 9. That was
10. That's true.
For Bret
That's
Hart.
true.
Yep. So Adam, back to you.
The Rock.
Yes, that is correct. It took him until WrestleMania 28, but he did win. So that does count.
That's right. Once
Back
in
to
a
Sal.
lifetime.
Becky Lynch.
Yes, of course. Still the only woman to do it. And back to Adam again.
Speaking of once in a lifetime, I'm going to have to guess that John Cena is on that list.
That's absolutely he's on there. And back to Sal.
This man might go by different names and certain censorships, but Chris Benoit.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't know who that is.
Stevie Richards. Okay.
Crispin Glover.
Adam, back. Yes, back to you.
Boy.
Running out.
Boy. I know it's wrong, but I'm just going to say Sid.
2 seconds.
I'm out.
Oh, yeah. Sid, he did main event, but he did not win.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sal, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the timer for 15 seconds here. You can give me as many as 3 additional answers. Okay. I'm going to start the clock now.
Lawrence Taylor.
That's correct.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, there you go.
And
Fuck.
Brock Lesnar.
Yes, that's correct.
How did I
The
forget Drew?
biggest
Fuck.
gap in between wins, by the way. Brock went from 19 to 34, 15 years in between WrestleMania main event wins. The ones you missed, Batista at WrestleMania 21.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised you forgot this one. Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 30.
Okay.
The tag team I mentioned off the top was WrestleMania 1, Hulk Hogan and Mr. T. Of course, who could forget the legend that was The Miz? And the qualifier that I made at the top of WrestleMania 9 was Yokozuna, because technically he won the advertised main event, but then there was the screwiness afterward. I would have counted Yokozuna. So that's the first round. Sal so far in the lead, but Adam, you have a chance to catch up, because now, although Sal will start, that's a tongue twister. Sal will start the second one. We're still in Listomania, and the next round for Listomania, we're only doing 2 Listomania rounds here. And this one I think is a little bit harder, but you guys probably know the modern product better than me. Since the start of 2015, 18 different wrestlers have held the WWE Intercontinental title. Name those wrestlers, and we'll start with you, Sal.
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn is correct.
You said since when?
And
Since
Adam.
2015?
2015, yep.
Okay. Jeff Hardy.
That's correct. Jeff Hardy, excuse me. I'm dying over here, but yes, Jeff Hardy is correct. Back to Sal.
Big E.
Big E. He's the current one, I believe, right?
That's correct.
There you go. I guess that helps. Back to Adam.
AJ Styles.
Hey, that is correct. Yes, AJ Styles. And Sal?
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yes, correct. Shinsuke is correct. Back to Adam.
Daniel Bryan.
Yep, that's right. At WrestleMania, I believe. And back to Sal.
Ryback.
That is correct.
I'm going to need you to put a little more
That
stank on
is
your voice when you say that name.
Yeah. And Adam's turn again.
The Miz.
Of course, yeah. I think he's the all-time leader, or he's up there, right?
Has he
back
pulled
to
ahead of
Sal.
Jericho?
He is not yet.
Let's hope so.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yes, that is correct. We are going back to Adam.
Zack Ryder.
Yes, again, another WrestleMania win. Only lasted one day, but he did
remember
win.
how mad I was about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still mad about that. Back to Sal.
Kevin Owens.
Good one.
Kevin Owens is correct. Very good. And back to Adam.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
Completely blanking here. Bobby Lashley.
Oh, time's up. Time's up. Well, who'd you say?
Lashley. He was U.S.
Lashley.
champ.
I'll count it. It was right at the buzzer. I will count it. Lashley is correct.
Okay.
I'll count it. Back to you, Sal.
Luke Harper.
Oh, incorrect. I think that was actually outside of the 6-year window, whatever this was.
Fuck. Must have been right at the end
Adam,
of 2014.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly right. I think he was right at Survivor Series 2014. Adam, I'm going to give you 15 seconds to name up to 3 additional Intercontinental champions.
Okay. Rollins.
Rollins is correct.
I'm going to say it even though I don't think it's wrong. Finn Balor.
No,
Cesaro?
that is correct.
Oh, okay.
Not Cesaro. Yep,
Not
so you
Cesaro.
got 2 more. The ones you missed at the very beginning of 2015. Bad News Barrett. Also, Braun Strowman. The third member of the Shield, Dean Ambrose, held it. And also, actually, we didn't say Roman, but Roman Reigns also held it. And that was it, actually. You guys got almost all of them. You only missed, Braun, Ambrose, and Roman. So very nice. Job well done. So now it's time for me to total up the scores so far. It looks like, as of this moment, Adam has 15 points after Listomania, and Sal has Oh, 16 points. Sal in the lead by a point. But now things are about to change, folks, because we're going into a round you guys may be familiar with. Again, the listeners might not be. This round is called Three for All. And I'm going to give a quick explanation of the rules here. There are going to be 4 rounds with 3 categories in each round. You'll pick one of those categories. Whichever 2 categories are not chosen get rolled over to the next episode. So when you pick a category, this is a bit of a differentiator for you guys now, because when you pick a category, you'll get the choice of answering questions worth either 1, 2, or 3 points. You get to pick. Obviously, the higher the points, the tougher the question. If you get it wrong, your opponent can attempt to steal for the same number of points. So because Adam went first in Listomania, I'm going to let Sal go first in this round. And Sal, in round 1, here are your topics that you get to choose from. You can choose from forcible entry, questions about the WCW invasion of the WWF. After that, 1 + 1 = 2 zeros, where I give you the names of 2 wrestlers and you tell me which forgettable tag team they formed. And then, of course, Venus, Saturn, Uranus, questions about Val Venus, Perry Saturn, and Rikishi.
Let's go.
Would you like which category?
Let's go Venus, Saturn, Uranus.
All right. Now, do you want a 1, 2, or 3-pointer?
I will take a 2.
A 2. Okay. So, Sal, in the summer of 1998, what manager attempted to choppy Val Venus's pee-pee? And you're in luck because I forgot to start my timer. I'm supposed to give you 15 seconds, but something tells me you probably know it anyway. So I'm going to start the clock now.
That would be Mr. Yamaguchi.
There you go. Correct. That's 2 points right there. Now, Adam, it's your turn in Venus, Saturn, Uranus. Do you want the 1-pointer or the 3-pointer?
I will take the 3-pointer.
Okay. Very ballsy. So, Adam, during a match in 2001, Perry Saturn legitimately attacked his opponent, Mike Bell, during a match, and Saturn was then allegedly given what on-screen punishment for those actions?
That would be Moppy.
Moppy is correct, yes. And so we'll go back to Sal for the 1-pointer.
Moppy
Sal,
Q McMopperson, if you're being formal.
Yes, exactly. And Sal, so Rikishi made it all the way to the finals of the 2000 King of the Ring tournament before ultimately losing to whom?
You said that was the 2000 King of the Ring tournament?
Yep, 2000.
Edge.
That is incorrect, Adam. You can steal. Who was the 2000 King of the Ring champion who beat Rikishi, I should say?
Let's see. I was there. It was Kurt Angle, was it not?
It is Kurt Angle, yes. I almost slipped up and said it, but yes, it is. It was Kurt Angle. And on that note, so Adam, you took control there, and because Sal went first in round 1, you get to go in round 2. And Adam, you have some new categories to choose from. You can choose from the category WADEBARRETT, questions about Wade Barrett. After that, you can choose from Hammer, Nails, Screw, questions about Greg the Hammer Valentine, Nails, or Bret Hart. And last, of course, we have Hell in Their Cells, questions about wrestlers who survived cancer.
I will take Mom.
Unless you think that last one is tasteless. We have 2 cancer survivors on this podcast, myself included. So I can make that joke, but you can't.
Certainly.
Anyway.
I will take Mom, What's Happening to My Body? No, sorry. That was before.
That's next round. That's next round.
Let me take the WADEBARRETT.
All right. Now, and would you like a 1, 2, or 3-pointer in the Wade Barrett category?
Give me the 2.
The 2. Okay. So just a few weeks before Barrett's release from the WWE in 2016, he was kicked out of what stable?
Oh, fuck. What were they called? Was it the League of Nations?
It was exactly right. The League of Nations. So 2 points to you there. Right. Sal, do you want the 1 or the 3?
It's always confusing because there was that video game storyline that had the United Kingdom of the United Nations.
Yes. I will take the 1.
The 1. Okay. So Sal, who was Wade Barrett's pro on the original incarnation of the NXT television show?
Jericho.
Correct, was Jericho. And Adam, that means you now have the 3-pointer. If you get it wrong, of course, Sal can steal. Before he adopted the gimmick of Bad News Barrett on television, Wade began his Bad News character on what WWE YouTube web series?
The JBL and Cole show.
Wow, nailed it. Okay. I thought for sure that was going to be a stumper. Apparently not, but yes, you are 100% correct. And on that note, now it goes back to Sal for round 3. Sal, you have
Henry,
three categories.
If you thought that was going to be a stumper, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Should have seen that coming. I should have seen that coming. So, Sal, for round 3, your 3 categories you can choose from. Number 1, you can choose from Kiss Me D-Lo, the Brown Spot, questions about D'Lo Brown. After that, Now Can You Dig That? Questions, of course, about Paul Bearer. And, of course, Adam's favorite category. I had to bring it back from the rundown days. Mom, What's Happening to My Body? Questions about first blood matches.
My favorite thing ever.
I'm going to go with Mom, What's Happening to My Body.
Oh, man. So now I have to give an explanation here. In the old rundown days, Adam intentionally never chose that category, so it would be read every single week. But Sal has ruined that on night 1. So you know what? That's totally fine. We got it on the pilot episode. That's okay. So Sal, first blood matches, a 1, a 2, or a 3-pointer?
Let's go with a 2.
Okay, I'll give you the 2. And I keep forgetting to mention I'm timing this as well, but you guys have been answering so quickly, it doesn't matter. I'm giving you 15 seconds once I read the category for the 2-pointer. And Sal, this is actually a multiple choice question. So it comes, because normally if I ask this, I don't think anybody would know it. So I'm giving you multiple choice. Number 2, the 2-point question. In what manner did Ric Flair defeat Hulk Hogan in their first blood match at Uncensored 99? Was it via pinfall, via submission, or via disqualification? Again, in a first blood match, it did not end in first blood.
Via disqualification.
Disqualification is incorrect. Adam, was it via pinfall or submission?
I also thought it was disqualification. I'm going to say via pinfall.
It was via pinfall. That is correct. Yes, he pinned, I believe he pinned Hulk Hogan in the figure 4, despite the fact that Ric Flair was bleeding profusely. That's WCW for you. Adam, would you like the 1-pointer or the 3-pointer?
I'll go with the 1-pointer.
Okay. So who defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin in a first blood match at King of the Ring 98 to win the WWF title?
I knew that was going to be in here. Kane.
Kane is correct, yes. Speaking of one-day title reigns like Zack Ryder.
Because what's better than putting the guy with the full
3-pointer.
face mask and the 2 full arms and full bodysuit in a first blood match?
Yeah.
Now, just for the record, you could actually see the blood on Kane's face, even though the ref couldn't, but that's fine.
Yeah. All right, Sal, you have the first crack at the 3-pointer.
All right.
Something we almost got to on the Raw Attitude podcast, but not quite. Stone Cold Steve Austin defeated The Undertaker in a first blood match at Fully Loaded 99, and as per the stipulation of that match, it was ruled that who was no longer allowed to appear on WWF television?
Vince McMahon.
That is correct. Yeah, and obviously that worked because he was never on television again.
Not once.
No.
Clearly. Not once. Not 2 months later. All right. And our final round of 3-for-all. Adam, here are your categories you can choose from. You can choose from Mang Mountie Rock. Questions about Mang the Mountie or the Rock. After that, we have, of course, Funk Me. Questions about Terry Funk, Flash Funk, or the Funkasaurus Brodus Clay. And
that's changed.
Of course,
okay.
another one from the old rundown days. Painful tug jobs. Questions about matches which Fred Ottman lost. Tug jobs. See what I did there?
I do. I do. Jesus. Let me go Mang Mountie Rock, please.
Mang Mountie Rock. Now, do you want the 1, the 2, or the 3?
I'll take the 2, please.
Take the 2, okay. What island nation is the birthplace of Mang?
I believe that is Tonga.
That is correct. Yes, very good. Sal, do you want the 1 or the 3?
Let me get the 3.
The 3. Okay, there you go. Sal, as of 2021, who was the last person The Rock defeated in the WWE?
Eric Rowan.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a stumper, but no, you totally saw through. But yes, it was indeed Eric Rowan. At, I think it was WrestleMania 32. Yeah, that 6-second match.
Yeah, we don't
well
talk about
played. And so, yeah. And Adam, you get the 1-pointer now. And this is also a multiple choice question. What's that?
I said I got the Mountie one. Yes.
You got the Mountie one. And your question about this, again, multiple choice. How long was the Mountie's Intercontinental title reign in 1992? Was it 2 days, 1 week, or 2 weeks?
Sal's making faces at me. I'm going to go 2 weeks.
It was not 2 weeks. Sal, was it 2 days or 1 week?
2 days.
2 days is correct, yes. Won it at a house show and lost it at the Royal Rumble 2 days later. So now I'm going to total up the points here. Looks like we got 10, 14. All right. And on Sal's end, okay. We are heading into the final round, ladies and gentlemen. And the score, as of right now, Adam has 26. Adam has 29, and Sal has 26. So Adam with a very narrow lead. So we're going to the final round here, and I'm going to tell you how the final round works. Coming down to the wire, folks.
For those of you listening at home, Sal was so confident in the text message thread before this.
I was.
He's close. It's still winnable. It is still winnable. So here's how the final round works. A little Final Jeopardy-esque. In your Zoom screens now, you see the Zoom screens below. There's the chat button.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on 1 second. Yeah.
It should be right at the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
So do you see on the right side there where it says to everyone?
Yeah.
Switch that everyone to just me, so only I can see your answer.
Okay.
Or your chat, I should say.
Got it.
All right, perfect. Now what I'm going to need you to do, again, the final round, Adam, you have 29, and Sal, you have 26. Here's how it works. I'm going to need you, now that you've changed your chat settings, the reason you're going to do this is because you're going to privately chat me how many points you're willing to wager on this final question. You can wager any or all of them, similar to Jeopardy, I guess you could say, to Final Jeopardy. You can wager any or all of your points. And before you do that, before you chat me the number of points, I'm going to let you know that the category, the final category is the Royal Rumble, specifically the men's Royal Rumble, not the women's, the men's Royal Rumble. So you can chat me right now, please, again, privately, how many points you're willing to wager. Okay. All right. I have them right here. I'm going to just jot those down. And this is going to be very interesting, I can tell. Okay. So now, the final question here, now that you've locked that in, again, please keep it on the private because I'm going to need you to chat your answers to me privately as well. So you're going to have 30 seconds to answer this question because it's a little bit more of a thinker. Do not say it out loud. Again, chat it to me. I'm going to set my timer here for 30 seconds. Just give me one moment here. Okay. So I'm going to read the question. You'll have 30 seconds as soon as I finish reading. So I'll do it. I'll start the clock after I finish the question. In the history of the men's Royal Rumble, 6 wrestlers have been the runner-up on more than one occasion. I need you to privately chat me the names of 2 of those 6 wrestlers. Again, the runners-up in the Royal Rumble, basically the last person thrown out. So there have been 6 wrestlers where that has happened multiple times. I'm going to start the clock for 30 seconds now and chat it to me privately, the names of 2 of those wrestlers. I don't have a theme song to play. I'm sorry. Yeah. 10 seconds. Okay, you've both given me your answer. So I'm going to start with Sal, because Sal, you were trailing going into this. Sal, you said your answers. Actually, you know what? I'll read the actual answers first. So of the 6 people, the 6 wrestlers who have been the last man eliminated more than once, Roman Reigns, The Big Show, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, John Cena, and Randy Orton. And Roman Reigns, by the way, 4 times was tossed out. So he's the all-time runner-up leader, essentially. So, Sal, you chatted to me the answers Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. Both of those are correct. Randy Orton, obviously, this year was the last man thrown out. And, Sal, you wagered 26 points. You doubled your score, so you are up to 52. Now, Adam, you were in the lead. You said Steve Austin and Triple H. And unfortunately, Steve Austin, not correct. He was only thrown out the one time in 99 by Vince McMahon. And, Adam, you wagered 24 points, so that drops you down to 5. So that means, coming from behind at the very end, Sal has overtaken you, and he has won the game. Sal, you are the inaugural trivia champion. You have won the trivia title. You will have to come back next time and defend your title. Are you okay with that?
Before I comment on it, it seems Adam has some type of an objection. So please, be my guest.
No objection. I was just going to say, to be fair, I haven't watched this year's Royal Rumble yet, so...
Well, that's hey, this is a trivia game, man. I fucking finally beat you.
Good job, buddy. Good job, buddy.
Yes, indeed. Very good. But I got to say, Adam, that was a strong showing, too. You were winning by 3 points. You were winning pretty well. You obviously excelled in 3 for all. That was great. So, yeah, you guys, great showing overall. I think this is actually a very good pilot episode here because we went down to the wire, and obviously, you guys know your stuff. That's why I wanted to have you on, because I knew you would know a lot of these answers. And I think Sal right now, obviously you can say you have the all-time record of 52 points at the moment. We'll see if that ever gets broken. And you will defend your title next time, correct?
Yes, sir. I would also like to say that I learned something today. I did not know that Roman was the last person, or the runner-up rather, 4 times in his short career so far.
4 times. And they were all in it was like a 6-year span. It was 2014, 17, 18, and 20. He was the runner-up 4 times. So, but he also won 1. So I guess it's okay. Not too bad. But there you go. So that was the game. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for listening. And I want to make sure we have a little bit of feedback. So if you enjoyed this game, Adam and Sal completely no-sold my 3-for-all categories, but that's fine. You know what? Sometimes the jokes fall flat. It happens. What can you do? But
I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't want to interrupt the stream by laughing out loud at that heartily on mic.
That's fine.
If you folks at home could see the video, you would see me leaning to the side and giggling madly.
Yes, those 3-for-all categories they were just top notch. You have not lost your touch, my friend.
Okay. Thank you. It takes me a long time to come up with a bunch of shitty puns. So I
remember because I tried to do it. I tried to do it sometimes for weeks that you weren't on. So.
Yes, exactly. Well, but now the good news is a lot of those will just roll over to next week anyway. So we're good there. So again, if you enjoyed this game, if you want to be a contestant, get at me at Raw Attitude Pod, and we'll figure something out, because Sal is going to need some opponents. Sal, I think I actually know who might be your next opponent, Sal, who the next person is going to be. But I won't spoil that for the next time. But we have at least 10 people who have basically reached out to me to be like, I want to play. So maybe they don't want to play after listening to it now. Maybe they think it sucks. But you know what? Give me some feedback anyway. I want to hear the feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. So, Sal, do you have anything to say before we sign off? Either one of you, I should say, because you're both representatives of the Rundown Wrestling Podcast. Is there anything you'd like to say before we wrap up?
I will let my challenger go first.
Such a gracious winner. This was a blast. I had a lot of fun. Can't wait to listen to it. If you ever want me on again, I would do it in a heartbeat. And you're going to PayPal me after for the... Yeah, okay.
Yes, of course, yes.
Back of the line, pal.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I will say, please don't tell anybody that you won or lost on social media. I want to make sure it's a secret, because this is the inaugural trivia title, so we got to keep it secret till it goes down.
No, man. This is your thing. We're not tweeting out anything. We're not promoting anything. This is your
brother.
Yeah, kayfabe, brother. However you want to handle it.
Right. Yes.
This was amazing. I had a lot of fun. The questions some of them were very difficult. And I welcome all challengers. I want to be a fighting champion. I want to have at least one title defense. And then
Sal wants to be the very best, like no one ever was.
It's true.
Yes. You want to be Bret Hart in 92 and 93 when he was taking on like Papa Shango and Virgil. Taking on all comers. Yeah. All right.
I give that joke a 4 out of 10.
And Nice. That's a good note to end on right there. That's a good note to end on. So again, give us some feedback. Feel free to reach out if you want to be a contestant. And otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.